Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Norm's Friends. I'm David B., also known as the Readings Guy, 603-404-9338, biffit@yahoo.com. And my co-host,
Liz Santana, the Mystic Moon Medium. Find me on mysticmoonmedium.com and on Facebook, of course.
no phone number?
No, well, 978-435-2288. But you're better off just going on my website and sending me a message.
And today we have a special guest, Anthony Williams, the 5-star, fantastic painter, artist. And I thought you were going to start introducing yourself, Anthony.
Oh. Am I looking at the right camera here?
Turn your mic around, Anthony.
Turn your mic around.
Go
Turn your mic around.
around like this.
Yeah.
Here I am. I hope the mic's at the right angle. Yeah, I'm so glad that Dave and Liz had me back. I've been working on a painting, which we'll get into a little later whenever they feel like it. And I've been an artist in Manchester for well over 25 years. I've done a lot of murals. I believe that art has healing power. I really do. It's been proven to me time and time again. So now that I'm retired, I spend my time painting in my studio, which is AKA my kitchen. And I also teach at the William Cashin Center. This is my 6th year. And I'm really glad to be on the show today. And I'm working on a series of paintings that have to do with the homeless. I'm working on 7 different guitar paintings. And I'll have a series called Urban Reality Cookies, and the painting that we're going to be talking about today a little, I hope, is it's part of a series. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but it all has to do with urban life, and it has to do with how we are fending our way through urban life and the city life. And I've added a little futuristic insight. By the time I'm done with this painting, it's going to have robot cops, I call them, which they already have to an extent, we know that. Drones, and the homeless situation, which somehow is in every major city right now. Mm-hmm. And I've tried to understand it, why and the causes. Some people say it's that generation, they don't want to work, or they don't want to this and that. And I believe that that's part of it, but I don't believe that it's all of it. Mm-hmm. There has to be something there that's just not right. Mm-hmm. But anyway, these paintings that I'm doing, well, they have to do with the future. And I can see we've already got drones here in Manchester, mm-hmm. and the police are using them. And I'm pro-police. I don't believe we should defund them or get rid of them.
Right with you, Anthony.
Absolutely.
Or anything else like that.
Yeah.
Getting rid of the police is like cutting off the oxygen to the planet.
Yeah.
You know, the same kind of logic, so to speak.
Right, it is.
So I hope when we come to it that we'll be able to look at this painting, and I'll explain a little bit to it whenever Dave and Liz are ready. And
sure. And you know me, just as a quick aside, I have to say a little something. If anyone out there is bored or in a glum mood, not feeling good, if you want to raise your spirits, all you have to do is, and it's good cause for celebration, no Whoopi Goldberg for 2 weeks. So take that and run with it and jump for joy and do cartwheels.
Yes.
Finally, it's going back on them. They're finally realizing that, no, they're not made of Teflon. Mm-hmm. And to prove it, what's her name? Joy Bear?
Yeah.
I can't stand her either. Oh, no, excuse me. Anyway, and what is she saying today? Because poor me, I'm going to the Y now, right?
Yeah.
some idiot has the view on when and there's Joe,
Behar or something.
whatever
or
it
other.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is she? Are you ready now? Because Whoopi finally had to be responsible for her
Choice of words.
really lack of compassion and outright lying about the Holocaust. What does Joy Bear come out with all of a sudden? Cancel culture's going too far.
Oh,
Right?
because it's not convenient for them.
Exactly.
Got it.
So go out and celebrate.
Yeah. That's
That's right.
No more Whoopi.
A victory for freedom.
Yes, yeah, and dissemination of
Yep.
lies and I totally agree. This is the best thing that
Right.
could have happened for all of us
So,
right now.
right, if anybody, wow, look at all the cards Liz has today. If
Oh
anybody
my
wants a
goodness.
reading, 603-640-3091. I have a new set of cards.
Yes,
called,
they're beautiful.
these are called soul cards. They're tarot cards without any
Show
photos.
the camera.
I don't know if you could see them. It's just oh, you can. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
See it? It
Has the
They're
beautiful
all-
metallic. Oh, look at that. Look
Isn't
at that
that nice?
beautiful design. For those
No,
of you who
if
love
you-
symbolism.
There you go. So no photos, but it tunes you right in psychically. How cool is that?
How
If
beautiful.
anybody out there has any questions about our fantastic artist guest, Anthony, by all means,
Give us
give
a
us
call.
a call. Let us hear from you.
And our phone number is 603-640-3091. Give us a call. We want to hear from you.
All right.
So we're going to start, as usual, with a card from the Talking to Heaven deck. And this is our message from Norm as we begin the show. And when I placed these cards down, one of my cards jumped out. So we will take a look after. David, I'm going to have you pull a card.
All right. Yay.
And we will see what that other card has to say, why it jumped out.
so
we'll
I
see.
get to pull a card.
You get to pull a card
Okay.
on what Norm's message to all of you is for today.
Today's
We'll start the
message
show with it.
is.
All right, there is no time where I am. Time is only on the earth. I think he's siding with me.
How did, that is very cool.
So
I
this
like
is the
that.
card. This is the message from Norman. So, if we're always running around on the hustle and bustle, and it's a reminder for us to remember that time is an illusion. Time is man-made, and we have to slow it down and just enjoy each moment as it comes. Now, the other card that jumped out was my mind is free, right? My mind is free. Here we go. We have an incoming call.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you doing today?
I think they hung up.
Hello.
Call us back.
They got shot.
All right. So my mind is free. That was the card that jumped out when I was putting the deck down. So that's another beautiful reminder of we complicate our lives for no reason, right? And a lot of the things that bring complications and challenges into our lives are those mental barriers that we put up for ourselves, right? We put ourselves in that mental jail. The universe is mental. So whatever we think, we attract. Our words have power. So when we speak ill of ourselves, even if we're joking, the universe does not understand a sense of humor, as we all know. So when we speak poorly of ourselves, that's what we're attracting more of, and that's where we bring in those challenges and those roadblocks in our lives. So free your mind. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Exactly. Well, it's if you think of it, all these old cliches, right? People were more in tune than they thought. It's like
Yes.
smell the coffee, right? I
Yes.
mean, come on.
Wake up
All
and
these
smell the coffee. That's
these
right. And
Small little things. That's right.
that's it. I mean, we spend so much time worrying about things that never happen, right? And then
yeah.
we expend that energy worrying about this, that, and the other that could go wrong. What if we shift that perspective and we say, for every thought that comes in that's so negative like that, how about we shift it to, what if things do go right? Then what? It feels a lot better. It feels lighter, and it puts us in alignment to receive that which we are thinking of. So let's shift that focus. Allow that thought to come in, let it sit, gently release it, and replace it with something positive.
Well, and you know me. You want things to go nice and smooth for you. Think about it, Anthony. Makes perfect sense. You want things to go nice and smooth. You don't.
Here we go.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Fine, Dave. I guess you got your wish about that state south of us with all the snow.
Oh! Careful, that's my state.
That's right. See?
We have one here.
Right. So what can we do for you today? I'm glad I got that wish also.
I'd like to get a reading from Liz, if it's possible.
Oh, all right. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. This is going to be a general reading. We'll see what the immediate future has in store for you. I'm going to pull 3 cards and we'll look at the bottom of the deck and see what the overall energy of the situation is. Now remember, the future is not set in stone. It is fluid. It is based on your choices right now at this current moment. So let's see what you have to look forward to.
I'm feeling
Right
stagnation.
Oh, whoa, look at that. As you say stagnation, there's the discontent and boredom card. So as you guys all know, David and I, we link our energies very beautifully. So it's like he's in my head. So the second card is wisdom. And the third card is movement, choices, and decisions. All right, so you've been in a stagnation point and it's time to move on. You have been feeling this for a while now, where it's like, all right, this feels like Groundhog Day. I am just doing the same thing over and over again. I know everything I'm supposed to know. This feels like work. This definitely feels like your job. But I also see the home. But let's focus on work, because that's where I saw it first. And you've already learned everything that you were supposed to learn, and you've already taught your peers everything that you knew. So you've passed down that knowledge, and now it's time to move on. So that you have been thinking about, it's time to take action and jump in with both feet. Close your eyes and jump right in for it, because you have choices and you have decisions that are coming through. Now, this card shows 5 doorways, and each one brings prosperity. So those choices that are coming in for you, you can't go wrong. Whichever door you choose, it's going to bring you prosperity and abundance. So now is the time to move forward. So let's look at the bottom of the deck, and that's going to give us the overall energy of the situation. Oh my goodness, and look at that. Financial and material changes. That goes hand in hand with those decisions and that movement and choices. So as I said, you can't go wrong, all right? This is going to bring you that financial and material change, that abundance that you have been asking for. The time is now for action.
And when it comes to the decision making, you'll know which decision. But see both cards. There's decisions there, and there's several choices there. I should say choices. You have several choices and several choices.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm always one. Listen to your gut. That's what?
Right. That wisdom.
Go for the one that you're most attracted to. Never mind about what other people say.
Yes.
Well, this job might be this, or if I open this door, it might be that. Don't even go there. Just this one is the one I feel the most comfortable with.
That's right.
That's the choice.
You won't choose the wrong one. Absolutely not.
You won't. And you know me.
Yeah.
Free control is the way to go.
That's right. That's right. Do you have any questions?
No, just have a happy Groundhog's Day. Nice to see Anthony on the show, too.
All right, and the groundhog was wrong.
Oh.
He saw his shadow. We're not getting 6 weeks of winter.
We're not?
No, because, I brush my cat every day. When I brush, you should see all the hair that comes out. So
That's a good sign, because Sylvester, my cat, same thing. I can just touch it. Pull it out. They know.
Yeah.
They do know.
All right. Anything else we can help you with today? Sort you out?
Nope.
All right. Thanks for calling.
The dog is just talking to me.
All right. Very good. Don't forget, celebrate. Celebrate for 2 weeks. No whoopee.
No
All right,
whoopee.
thank you.
I meant no whoopee on TV.
That could be taken 2 ways.
I know. I just thought of that.
Oh, leave it to us.
I'll make him stand in the corner. Don't worry.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
right.
Blessings. Thank you for
All
calling.
right,
Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
It's hard to believe somebody in her position would just
I think maybe she got a little cocky.
Well, they try to spin no matter what it is.
Yeah.
They have to spin it to fit their agenda. But
Yeah.
there comes a time, I don't
If you
care
guys want some.
what you want to spin
Yeah. The truth
or how you
always
want to
comes
spin
out.
it. There's just some things you can't.
No.
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 Yeah, it's history. It's in the past,
Right.
and we should have learned from it. And for her not even to understand, it's not only, of course, she's being black. She has a different perspective, and I can understand that.
But it's not an
But-
excuse.
There were a lot of white people in slavery too.
Yes.
Talked to some Irishmen that were taken into slavery, and you look back at this and you have to say to yourself, she doesn't understand history at all, and the reason that Hitler wanted to get rid of the Jews. It's just what's she doing on TV? I think
agree.
maybe she's
Yeah.
burned herself out a long time ago. That's my
She
opinion.
needs to stay relevant.
Yeah, I can't stand The View anyway, but
Yeah, I've never watched it.
It's another one.
I
of
don't
those-
either. Don't bother. It's all it is
It doesn't
is
feed my
all it
soul.
is communistic, anti-American
Yeah.
opinions. That's all
How
it
is
is.
that?
All
Whoopi
about-
Even
even said
still
that she thought communism was a good idea.
Yeah,
What?
no, yeah.
Yeah, she made
And
that
people
statement
still
too.
watch her.
That's
like,
what right.
is
It's they're living the
happening?
American dream, but communism is good for everyone else.
Right. And it's just like the socialism. And people don't realize to the left of the political spectrum, you got communism. To the far right, you've got your fascism. Both of them are socialistic governments. And if socialism was so great, then why are all these people from South America and everywhere else leaving socialistic countries to come to the
Yes.
United States?
Right.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
But I
Exactly.
forgot, Congress has no more common sense. Nobody does
No.
in politics
Common sense
anymore.
is not standard.
Only a handful of people have their frontal
Right.
lobes.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, while we got some time, well, let's switch the subject and
Yes.
get
we
into
have
our- and-
questions. So tell us a little bit about your inspiration. What was your initial inspiration when you started painting this? What prompted you?
Can we get a good close-up of this?
There you are. Look at that.
Okay.
Perfect.
I like this because it's going to be part of what's coming in the future. And like I said, you've got to understand high tech is probably 20, depends on what road we're talking about. If we're talking about the military, we're talking about scientific, we're talking about this and that. High tech is way ahead of us. Way ahead of us. And it seems that, in my opinion, a lot of it is being used in a negative way. And I'll just come out and say it. I mean, we all know that we're being spied on to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
And there's just no way they can hide the fact. Because, see, the wolves constantly bark so loud that they catch themselves. And when they catch themselves, thank God we still have people on the internet that can tell you the truth, which is hard to find nowadays, because they take it and put it in a soup and they mix it and they go, well, we'll let them figure it out later.
Yeah.
So I've come to the conclusion that I'm not a writer. I can't play guitar. I've tried. Most of my friends are. When I was in my own little band way back when I was a teenager, I was a fairly decent singer. I wouldn't attempt that now, but back then, I don't know, I might. I'm a pretty good dancer still. at least.
All right.
All right. We'll
But,
take it.
I'm no Mick Jagger, but I'll do. But I figure I'll paint.
Yeah.
And when you paint something like this, like if you'll notice the robot, this is one of the main characters, and there's going to be more than one or two. Eventually there'll be drones in the air here. Then I'll put the people in. It's going to take a while to finish this because I want this to be something that when people look at it, they'll understand what it is.
Yeah.
People around our age, I think, have a better idea. Younger children today seem to be kind of locked up in their playing games on the internet, but they don't realize exactly what's going on around them. I think that's fair to say because I've talked to a lot of younger people and they go, well, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, if they spy against us or on us, isn't that, well, that's against the law. Really? I didn't know that. So I'm going to paint it because when you take your feelings, and what I do is I'll get on the internet and I know what I can trust now. But I don't forget about my books because
that's
eventually
important.
books are going to be obsolete.
Yes.
Everything
absolutely.
is being taken out of books now, and it'll all be internet and computer stuff. But what I do is I remember the history that I studied. I went to Ball State University for 2.5 years. I didn't graduate, but I was a history freak, and I've been a history freak since I was probably, at least 12, 13, 14 years old. So I studied heavily on history, and I still do, and I recap it. So when I get inspiration, I like to take my inspiration, I like to research it, and then I go to bed, and sometimes, believe it or not, I have dreams and visions, whatever you want to call them. And I had a vision, and I think it's because since I was a teenager growing up with Twilight Zone.
I still love that show.
Imagine if you will.
It was so far ahead of its time.
Definitely.
About, everything, robot families, robot aunts and grandmas. And, Rod Serling, his wife, said that sometimes when he'd get into one of his moods, real creative mood, that he would be so scared he'd sleep with the light on because his imagination
really
ran wild.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens to me. I get overloaded with ideas, so that's why I have a sketchbook. But this painting here, I don't want to hurry it.
No.
It's definitely about the future.
Yeah.
It's a painting that means a lot to me because I see it all around me. And I listen to people that know more about it than I do, and I learn from them. And I put it down little by little. But when I say drones, that's going to be something of the past real soon because I know the Manchester Police already has drones, the state highway, and I can understand a lot of it. But what bothers me is that they'll take this high tech and they're going to turn it against us.
Well, they already are.
Well,
Well, I
starting
mean-
to now,
Yes,
I know.
yes.
To the point where everybody
And
goes, huh?
I feel like they're doing it. It's right in our faces, and they're using the loopholes. And Facebook is a perfect example where they are having us volunteer the information. So here's an incoming call.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Good. Hi, Liz.
Hi.
Anthony. Hi, Dave.
All right. How are you?
Love your
Be
energy. Oh my God, I love your energy.
It is.
That voice sounds familiar.
It does.
What's going
Did
on?
you read those beautiful cards to me?
I will.
they're
Your
beautiful.
first reading on them. So let's
Look
see
at
how
that.
I do with them. All they are is, it's what say, like, if it's the 3 of cups, it just has 3 cups on it. So I'll draw 3 cards, and let's see how I do with these. These were, here's the story with these. The day that I found out Norm passed away, a friend of mine who lives in Manchester, this lady was moving out, and she left a box by the front door and said, help yourself. So he knew I did tarot, so he took these for me. So, but see, it's really from Norm.
Yeah.
So,
That's beautiful.
look at this. So you can see them kind of easy. Look at here's the 9. Here's the 9 of Swords. All right. So look at it. You got all these heavy-duty decisions around you, but when you really think of it, the reason that you're feeling overwhelmed with them is because you're trying to sort them all out all at the same time. But See, I like these cards already. But if you look at the way the swords are, they're at different heights and everything. So what you do is, sort of sort them out by, if you want to start with the most heavy duty one, start with that. If you want to start with a nice light one, start with that. But there's absolutely no reason at all that they should sort of like, really be weighing you down. And, there's really no reason at all for poor me. All right? So just, take a look. And even the most sort of decision that you need to make that's weighing the most on you, even if you take a look at it, you know what they say, there's a silver lining in everything, including that most burdensome decision that's on your mind now. And here we go. This just reinforces what I said. Let me sort of turn it so you could see it.
Beautiful.
This is the moon.
Oh.
All right. And so look at it. You can't really see the background is black, and that's just like it is with the moon, which reinforces what I said about all the decisions that you have to make. Take a step back, relax. My favorite phrase, free yourself. Right, don't resist, but, free yourself of control. All right, and once you do that, because once you let go of control, then you get the true sight of all these decisions, issues that are weighing on you now. All right? Think of it, it's, the moon. With the moonlight, picture it with the sunlight. The moonlight, you don't really see it as clear. So keep that in mind, and that's why they're not, look at this. All right, so I thought I pulled 3 cards. I pulled 4 cards, but the reading's 3 cards. So do you want the card in my right hand or my left hand?
I'll take the card in the middle. I mean, on the right hand.
All right, you got it. All right, and here we go. It is the High Priestess. All right, so look at it. It draws it all to conclusion. It's sort of like doing a 360 here. You got these decisions and issues that you want to sort out. You're realizing that, they're not really as detrimental as they seem to be, when you take the step back and you realize what they are. And, of course, here you end up with the High Priestess, which is you. You're a nice, intelligent woman. And after you sort this out, you've taken it. You haven't made any rash decisions. You didn't give it a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to choose this no matter what. You give everything some time. And I'm telling you, you're going to be amazed at yourself. You're going to be sort of almost overflowing with elation. So
Beautiful.
I'm always flowing with the energy.
you are.
I try too hard and I don't have to.
See that? I know. That's why. But, hey, the first card I got, so I don't know what you think of, but several. But there you have it.
Every
See
time
that?
she
I'm
call
always thinking
in,
of beautiful things.
There you go. Fantastic.
every time she call in on Mary LeMay show, you can just tell she's just got that
That
boom.
Every
happy
time I hear the voice.
yes.
Yes,
You light
every
up
time.
the room when you walk in.
But-
You definitely shift the energy in a room every time.
She's like
Yeah.
a Duracell battery.
yeah.
Thank you, because I love the world,
You,
That's-
we
so
can
do
tell.
I.
Yeah, no, you project that energy of happiness, of let's keep it simple, let's keep it easy, let's just not get bogged down in that negative energy. So, I mean, it
That's
could
right,
be a
because
lot
you
of
know
things
what?
on your
You
mind.
can't do nothing
right?
about it, so
Yeah.
you just go on and do the best you can, and
That's right.
life goes on that way.
Well,
That's right.
Like me, I tell everybody I have the time of my life every day.
That's right.
Me
and
too,
what's
and I'm
the worst that
thankful.
could
And
happen?
For everything.
Yeah.
That's why I say, don't worry, be happy.
Oh, yes,
Right.
that's the way to be. That's it. That's
Exactly.
it.
What did you think of the painting so far?
Very, very beautiful. I like it. Keep the good work up, Anthony.
It's going to take me a while to finish it, but I will.
You have a gift and a half.
Definitely.
Well, Come on, I want to ask a question. So what do you think of my first reading with this new
With
deck?
the new deck.
Very good. And I love the cards. The
Thank
gold
you.
always sparkles for me.
That,
And the
Oh,
black is beautiful for art.
I love
All
it.
right,
Look at
see.
that. And what more
That's your magic
beautiful
colors
than
is black
her
and white.
energy for
You
that
can do
card?
anything you want with that.
That's right. That's right. Her energy for your very first reading.
right, I mean,
That's
that's
beautiful.
right there.
That's
Exactly.
divine.
Look at that. Yeah. I'm
Wow.
glad you called. I'm glad.
Okie dokie, and have a very nice night, everybody, and God bless.
Thank
as
you.
Well.
Same to you.
Thank you.
She's so sweet.
She
That
does.
was.
Just a lot of energy. Actually.
Yeah.
She just just
I
hearing
know
her
every
voice,
time
you
the
smile.
voice, right.
you
You
can
can
be in a
feel
bad
it.
mood and
Yeah.
just she lifts
Right.
that spirit right up. It's amazing. I love those cards and I love the back. It's
Well, the only difference is the two decks. See, this is like rose, and the colors are different on the other deck.
we have
it's
another call.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends.
Oh.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How about yourself?
Fantastic. What can we help you with today, or what would you like today?
A reading, please.
All right.
All right. All right.
Liz,
I'll
go
do
for
a
it.
general reading for you and see what lies ahead for your immediate
All right.
future. Okay. Let's see. Let's connect to the energy. Now, remember, the future is not set in stone. It is fluid based on your choices right now, your thoughts, your words, your actions. So let's see what you need to know at this very point in time.
And on this one, I'm getting you're telling yourself you're confused, but don't, because that's the only reason you think you're confused. You're telling yourself you
That
are.
mental energy,
Yeah.
right? All right. Mental conflict. Oh my God. All right, Lev. So the cards, I pulled 3 cards for you. The first one is movement, choices, and decisions. You have a lot going on right now in your mind. There's you're overwhelmed with all sorts of decisions that you need to make right now. So we'll go back to that in a minute. New beginnings is the next card, right? You have to make a move. It's time for your new chapter in life to begin. But you have all these decisions that you have to work out before you make that next move. And just like David called when I was shuffling the cards, because we're connected, it's that mental conflict. So that is, it's almost like it's driving you crazy having to think about all this stuff. It's like having a million tabs open in your brain and just overwhelmed on, I don't even want to think about all these things that I have to do. I know I need to move to the next step in my life, but it's just too much. I'd rather not deal with it. That's the energy that I'm picking up. That's what the cards are telling me. So let's go back to that movement, choices, and decisions. So we have 5 doorways, and each doorway has something good in store for you. So what I suggest that you do is make a list of all those things that are stressing you out right now, the things that need your attention, because I feel like they need your attention, your energy, and you feel like you don't have enough energy to devote to each and every item that is demanding your time. So make a list of those things, right? Sit with it and ask your higher self, ask your angels, ask God, whatever power you believe in, to show and illuminate the path that you are supposed to take, because each path that you choose is going to bring you rewards and abundance. You can't fail. You just can't fail. They're all going to be good, and they're all going to, you can't make a mistake. There's no such thing as choosing the wrong one. Now, what we do want to highlight is the path that is going to bring you the least resistance. That's what we want to eliminate, is all the extra leeches, if you will, in your mind that are wanting your attention. Because that new beginning, this is you, and that's you on top of the world. There's a door behind you that's closed, and we're leaving the past in the past. We're closing that door. We're not looking back. We're not, like David likes to say, that poor me pity party. We're leaving that behind. We're shutting that door, because that was the old you. This is now the new you, and you can see you're on top of the world. You are on top of the world, and it's about your boundaries and stop saying yes to people so much. You have to dial that back because you are only one person. You have to fill your tank first before you can give to others. And it's okay to do that. You shouldn't feel bad about it because it's self-care. And we want to, just like when, on the airplanes, they say, put your mask on first before you put your child's mask on or your partner's mask on. It's the same thing. You have to fill your tank first and be okay with saying, I would love to help you, but right now is not a good time. So you're not saying no in a mean way. You're just saying, I can't. And that's okay. If people don't understand that, then that's their problem. Mm-hmm. That mental conflict is going to be eliminated once you start setting those boundaries, once you start figuring out which path you want to take, which path is going to benefit you, that is going to bring you the most peace of mind. Not what everybody else wants, what is in your best interest. And from there, you will have the abundance to be able to help everybody else around you that needs your time and energy. Now let's look at the bottom of the deck and see the overall energy of the situation is that heartache and loss. You're losing yourself. You're spreading yourself too thin by giving and giving and giving to everybody else that you feel depleted of energy, it's like there's not much left to give of yourself because you're giving your energy to everybody who demands it. And it's time to call your power back to you, call your energy back to you, and start setting those boundaries, the healthy boundaries.
Any questions?
Oh.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, do you have any questions? You cut out a little bit there.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you for calling and blessings.
Enjoy
All
your...
right, thank you.
Enjoy.
Have a wonderful night.
You
Thanks,
as
and
well.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
There you are. So in between calls, Anthony, you were
Yeah.
explaining the painting.
Yes, so you were talking about the drones and how they're
right,
using...
yeah.
Right.
Like I said, this is good.
Ah. It's another call.
Oh,
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's...
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Norm's friend. Hello. Patience, dear. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Good, and you?
Very well. Where can we...
Like a reading?
Okay. Would you like a black and gold reading or would you like a reading from Liz?
Liz, please.
All right.
All right. So we're going to do a general reading for you.
Thank you.
And we'll see what lies ahead for you in your immediate future. If at any point you have any questions about the cards that I'm pulling, feel free to
And I'm
ask.
sticking my neck out right here. Get
Yeah.
rid of the abuser.
Ooh. All right. You know what that means. That toxic energy that is siphoning your light.
Yeah.
parasite.
Yeah.
A parasite. Yep. All right. So we're going to see what... And look, I'm
You
pulling
got
the
someone
cards
that's really
differently for
dark
some
around
weird
you. Get rid of them.
energy. Huh. All right. Look at that. So the first card, I pulled 3 cards for you. The first one is obstacles and challenges. That is that person in your life that is making life very difficult for you. It's like they see you progress, take 3 steps forward, and they throw rocks in front of you so that you have to like stumble. Okay. This is somebody who is not happy every time that you move forward in life because they're miserable and misery loves company, right? And they don't want you to be ahead. So be mindful of the energy of those that smile to your face and then when they walk away, they are talking about you. The second card is the universe. So what is that? The universe. This is it almost feels like she's attracting this. You're attracting this energy. So this is not the first time you've been in a situation like this before. So we have to look at what is the pattern in this situation because this does not feel like it's the first time you've been in this position. You've been there before, just with a different person. And it seems to keep following you. We want to look into that and see what exactly is that pattern and why you keep attracting that because that shows people are mirrors in our lives, right? So there's something that you need to work on yourself, something that needs to be healed so that you stop attracting that kind of energy into your life. Your mentality has to shift to I deserve better, I am worthy because I feel that suppressed soul, like your energy feels very, very, not heavy, but almost like you've been told over and over, belittled maybe.
Picking up your energy. They do that when they do readings? No.
Picking up somebody else's energy.
Don't get mad.
No.
She's just so good. Yeah, so the third card is wisdom, all right? You know the right path. You know what you need to do, but it feels scary because of what other people are going to say and think and put their 2 cents in. You have to let go of that because it doesn't matter. People will talk no matter what. You know in your heart that it is doable. It may be uncomfortable, but you have to make those changes because that is the only way that you can break that cycle. Now let's look at the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of the situation. It is stand your ground. So exactly what we've been talking about. It's you have to be okay with people being upset with you. That's where I'm being pulled towards. And it's almost like a fear of upsetting people, a fear of creating a ripple. So you internalize everything. You just keep everything bottled up inside as to not upset others. So we have to shift that and steer away from that because it is okay for other people to be upset and we have to be okay with that. We can't keep everybody in a bubble. That is part of their journey and we can't rob them from that. So you have to stand your ground and say, this is not healthy for me. I have to move in a different direction. And those that agree with you will stick with you because they are meant to walk this part of the journey with you. Those that don't agree with you, that's where you part, and that's okay. They don't end up walking this part of the journey with you, and that's fine. That's only for now. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The abuser's with her. Did you hear?
Oh my God!
That's what I thought too.
What?
That was a guy that was.
What? Yeah. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
He's right
my
there
word. with her. Okay,
Wow.
so little piece of advice for anybody that calls for a reading. The card, we're doing general readings, okay? So the cards are going to tell us exactly what you need to know at this point in time, okay? So be mindful that anything and anything will show up because it is the message that your soul needs to hear.
Needs.
At this,
The key word is need.
needs to hear at this very point in time. It is not what you want to hear because we're not in the business of telling you what you want to hear. That's a whole nother realm industry. We don't do that. We help you and show you this is what's happening. This is where the pain is. Here's how we move forward so that you can break free from that. All right, so be mindful when you call us that we have no control over what's going to come up. So be aware of your surroundings.
And I just want to say, for some reason today, every single caller, as soon as they call, I just hear them.
Feel it.
It's jumping at me. That's why I'm commenting while you're shuffling the cards. So.
And it feels like a common theme,
Yes.
right?
All right. So again, while we have no phone answers,
No
Let's
callers.
start
you
over.
got to remember where you were, right?
Yeah. Bookmark it.
It's I guess the creativity part comes from deep inside, and it comes from taking everything I've remembered and used and cherished since I was a small child. The things I didn't like and the things that I did like and the things that I didn't understand. When you do paintings like the one I'm doing here, people can say, okay, it's more like science fiction, but it's not science fiction.
Right.
And that's going to be my point. I want to do a painting so that when people look at it, they're going to look at it and they're going to be there a while.
Yeah.
And they're going to look at each because I still have a lot to do on there. And I'm going to do
feel
it.
the message.
And it's not something that I'm ashamed of or should be afraid to say.
No.
It's something that I believe is obviously happening now. It's the world that I'm in.
Yeah.
And like I say, these younger children would just look at it and probably say, oh, that would make a nice science fiction cover or something. But see, it's more than that. Like I said, it's a reality. It's urban reality cookies. And there's lots of little cookies in there.
Yeah.
And there's going to be different buildings in there. And there's going to be people, humans in there, but there's also going to be, like I said, drones, robots, and I'll use color to convey a certain mood.
Beautiful.
It's not going to be a sunny beach all day, and it's not going to be a hurricane all day.
Cool.
But
Good afternoon. Welcome to Norm's Friends. How are you today?
Not too bad, and you guys?
Mary! Hello, Mary. How are you?
For coming on the show last week so much.
Oh, my
Thank you for
pleasure.
having us.
My pleasure, Mary. It was a lot of fun.
How are you
It
feeling?
was. Right now, I'm not feeling good at all right now.
Yeah, you don't sound like yourself.
No.
But do you have a cold?
I don't know if it's a flu or what the heck it is. It's just whatever it is got me early this morning.
do you think you'll do
Omicron.
your show tomorrow, Mary?
Don't say that.
I
say
don't
that to
know.
every-
If I don't feel any better than I am tomorrow, I'm going to call the doctor up.
Yeah.
Find out what the heck's going on, because I get this ever so often like this. And
Okay. Can you let me know on Messenger?
yeah.
Okay.
Mary, do you
Well,
have
not
Epsom
in
salt?
Tomorrow, then they'll just put a rerun in tomorrow.
Just put a while.
Rerun.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Okay.
a plan B. Mary, do you have Epsom salt?
Yes, I do.
Would you consider taking an Epsom salt bath?
I'm not allowed to touch salt.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Salt.
Scratch that then.
But I'm allergic to salt.
Oh, yikes. Then no. Never mind that. I take it back.
Wow.
Well, I can send you some healing energy, David, I'm sure.
Consent.
As
Alrighty,
well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For speedy
Sorry for
recovery.
you not feeling good, Mary. I never heard you
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
You're always up and cheery and
I know. It's just a start. I've been having the last few days, and then everything and
so what are
kinda
the
bouncing on you.
symptoms, Mary? What are the symptoms?
I'm just not feeling good, that's all. It's just that, I get certain pills here that I have to take when I start coughing too much, my asthma or something starts acting up
Yeah.
and stuff. So I just took one of them earlier because of coughing and everything. To me, I think I probably got a cold.
Probably.
Yeah. How's your appetite? Are you drinking enough water? Are you able to eat?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
right
cold.
now,
It's a cold, Mary.
Yeah.
It's a cold.
Yeah.
Open those windows.
So,
let the fresh
A
air
little,
in.
right. It's a good day
I'll
for
do that.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mary.
Just a little. Let some nice fresh air in, Mary. Do your wonders.
Take care of
Yes.
yourself,
yeah.
Mary.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. We'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Yes.
Thanks for
Speedy
calling,
recovery.
Mary.
Mwah.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Strength
Bye-bye.
and comfort being sent.
Yeah.
Bye.
I just got a vision of her.
Yeah.
It's psychology.
You are more spiritual than you know.
I
see
see.
that, right?
I really see Mary smiling on a carpet, playing on a carpet.
Yeah.
She's a good person.
She is.
She has a beautiful
I know.
aura.
Anthony, you are. You're more
Yeah,
in tune than you think to the
Yes.
higher realm.
definitely. And this is the third time that I felt that from your whole being. Even this painting and the last one that you brought to Mary's show, they both, I picked up on the energy of it. It was speaking our language. It's very healing. It's very spiritual in a way of, I don't even know how to say it, but you are very in tune with your surroundings, yourself. You know how to discern what feels like the truth and what doesn't. You see beyond that veil that most people are dormant.
Yeah,
And those visions you get at night, those are your, that's your channel. That's your clear message of, that's where you get that inspiration. That's you having that conversation with your higher power.
you know, I've already started 2 paintings, and guess what they are?
Is he testing us? Guess
They're-
what they are?
They're 8 by 10s, and I started them last year.
Yeah.
and they are going to be Adam and Eve.
Look at that.
But Adam and Eve, artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
And
Because, going back to the history passion that you have, I wanted to ask you, do you feel that the history as we know it today has been distorted?
somewhat, yes. Yeah, it's like, I can say this with absolute certainty, a lot of people. The Civil War was not fought to stop slavery. If people really read about the Civil War, very few people in the South had slaves compared to people who lived in the North. The reason that the Civil War was fought was to keep this republic from separating and falling apart. But if you say that, they go, oh, yeah, but I can back up what I say.
That's
It
it.
was fought to keep this republic from falling apart.
Absolutely.
That's what I was
Later,
taught. That's what I learned.
later, it took up the slavery, and it should have a long time ago. But see, man is man, and that includes women too. Whether we want to admit it or not, man, like I said, today is taking something that they could probably already have done, which is cure cancer, and they want to take it somewhere else.
Yes.
They want to take that bioscience and control people.
Exactly.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry I said
Exactly.
that. But
This
it's the
is
truth.
what we're trying to tell the others. Yes.
It's
This is it. This
right
is
in
the
my face.
message.
Right. If everybody on the planet could get along,
Yeah.
stop fighting over religion.
Yeah.
Stop fighting over what color you are.
Yes.
Stop fighting over how much land you own or what country
the
you want to take
divide.
over. You imagine if everybody got together, and I'm not the first one to say it, won't be the last. You could cure cancer. You want to go to the moon and do your thing? We could do that
Right.
together.
Exactly.
Because no matter what color we are all human. 2 arms,
That's
2
right.
legs, a brain. Doesn't matter about the color of your skin or anything else.
That's right.
Because there's such a push for labels
Right.
and such a push to belong somewhere, to having an identity that we already have an identity, but we're not okay with it. We want to
Right.
always look at my partner's test sheet, and comparing ourselves all the time, and that's the detriment right now. We have to
see-
look at each other as powerful and strong.
We don't follow the simple basics in life.
Right.
Don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat.
It's
We do.
easy.
It's easy to get away with. And if you're in that mindset and you have, say, a poor upbringing, dysfunctional family, et cetera, you're just going to get further away.
Yeah.
You're going to be that lonely person that's a mature adult, but only mature to a certain extent.
That's right.
Because you're not going to be able to fully be yourself
Exactly.
until you realize who you are, what you're doing here, what you've done, what you want to do in the future. Really sit
Exactly.
down and go, hi,
Yeah.
hello. Because if we could do that, we would have less crime. We wouldn't have to worry about race barriers.
No.
We wouldn't have to worry about
walls
people
would come
distorting
down.
history, and they
Yes.
have. And that's just one part of it.
Good
And I look
shine.
at what they're teaching in children today in school, and
Oh.
I just have to, oh my God.
Homeschooling is the way to go.
Yeah. And then I know eventually you won't even be able to grow your own food. From an article I read over 3 years ago about what they're doing in parts of California, people aren't allowed to have their own gardens.
See?
It's coming.
Restriction,
It's coming.
But
control.
basically, if you think of what they're really trying to do, the one and only right that everyone is born with is free will.
Yes.
God-given right of free will, and they're trying their
take it away.
damnedest to take it away and destroy it.
Right.
And normalize it.
Right.
Because they
Right,
want
well-
people to feel like if you don't do this, you are a bad person.
Well, good
You
case
know
in
what-
point is Whoopi. with the crap that she's going about the Holocaust. You know, this is the way it is. Listen to me. Never mind your free will. Never mind using your brain cell.
Yeah.
This is it. You can't think another way. If you're thinking another way, you're bad.
You're
Yeah.
one of them.
Yep.
One of
And
them.
that's
See,
what
there's
it-
that divide again.
They
Yes.
do it all the time, though.
What do they, like all through history, who do they go after when somebody is in a certain political spectrum and a certain attitude? I mean, we've had
The one who's saying
bad
the truth.
rulers since the first country to rule the entire earth was the Babylonians. The second was the Greeks. The third was the Romans. On the Assyrians. They literally ruled the entire earth at that time. And if you say something against that certain thought, you're either made into a slave, forced into either killing yourself or standing there and getting shot in the firing squad. It's
Ostracized.
been going on since day one, whether you kill a person with a rock or a machine gun.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
we need to realize it's too bad that everybody on the planet, we just couldn't all put our hand out and everybody's hand in the entire world, and we just shook hands and said, hey, let's start fresh
That's right.
and stick to basics, but we don't.
No, because, well, you know,
That's
it's
what's
power. And,
ingrained into
I know.
Power is the word.
and we only have 2 minutes left. So,
Oh my gosh.
imagine we have to start wrapping it up. So, first, a big, warm thanks
Thank
for our
you.
guest, the wonderful artist, Anthony Williams. And
Yes.
I also want to thank, by the way, my good friend Joe at Doogie's. He's the one that brought me the soul cards, the two
Oh,
decks. Thank you,
David.
Joe. Again,
Those are your
right.
cards.
David B., the readings guy, 603-404-9338, biffid@yahoo.com. Take it, Liz.
Liz Santana, Mystic Moon Medium, mysticmoonmedium.com. And I will catch me live for in-person readings on Saturday at the Greenfield Inn in Greenfield, New Hampshire. I will be at the most beautiful psychic fair. So come on down and see me and let's talk.
And Anthony, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, and
How do we, yeah.
Just email me. And
What's your
I have
email?
my show every 2 weeks on Channel 23 at 2 o'clock
All
what
right,
day?
guys.
What day? What day?
on Tuesdays.
Okay.
And I'm doing right now, I'm finishing up 7 guitars. I've got 2 that I hesitate to bring on because they're watercolor, and I sometimes get a little,
Yeah.
I don't want it, but we'll work it out. And thank you very much, both of you having me on the
Yes,
show.
we'll hope to see you
Absolutely.
again
We will
soon,
have you
Anthony.
again.
Yes.
We'll put a quick card.
Okay,
We're
and
gonna
a
part
quick
with
card.
message from Norm, all right?
Okay,
This is-
quick card.
Quick card is, I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. Okay, this is for all of you guys. Tell your loved ones you love them now. Put everything in the past that is no good and leave it there. Move forward with love. And remember that you
Are a winner.